Good evening. It is that time, so we'll call this meeting of the Whitestown Plan Commission to order and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Staff, would you call roll?
Matt Doublestein.
Present.
Andrew McGee.
Here.
Lauren Foley. Here. Sarah Ford. Here. Dave Taylor.
Here.
Danny Powers.
Here.
Steve Milstead.
Here. Thank you. If we've had a chance to review the minutes from the 11-8 meeting, is there a motion on those?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the November 8th, 2021 meeting.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Is there a motion on tonight's agenda?
Yes, I make a motion to combine items A and B, C and D, and H and I.
That combines concept and development plans for items A and B, items C and D, and items H and I. Is a motion?
A second.
Motion second. All in favor to combine those items, signify with aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Do we have any requests to speak on non-agenda items?
I do not have any.
Thank you. Seeing none and no presentations or unfinished business, we move on to new business, beginning with docket PC 21-043-CP and DP, Concept and Development Plan for Culver's Restaurant. Is the petitioner ready? Thank you. Please. Thank you. Staff report on this item?
Staff is providing favorable recommendation for docket PC 21-043-CP Culver's Restaurant Concept Plan. As well, staff is providing a favorable recommendation for the Culver's Restaurant Development Plan PC 21-044-DP. Staff's recommendation to Plan Commission finds the development plan complies with the following requirements in accordance with UDO section 11.7E and approval to be granted upon 1. The proposed development plan is in compliance with all the applicable development and design standards of the zoning district where the real estate is located. 2. The proposed development manages traffic in a manner that promotes health, safety, convenience, and the harmonious development of the community. And 3. The applicable utilities have enough capacity to provide portable water, sanitary sewer facilities, electricity, telephone, natural gas, and cable services to meet the needs of the proposed development.
Thank you. You have two signed up to speak on this item. Mr. Spears, were you on here as well? Is that you? All right, very good. And is it Bob Goins? All right. If you'd come forward, if you'd like to speak. Thank you. Give us your name and address.
Name's Bob Goins. Address is 4450 West 900 South, Pendleton, Indiana, 46064. And I'm just here, construction director for the Culver's Restaurant. I'm here with Rusty and seeking your approval as well.
Very good. Thank you. Is there anyone else who'd like to speak on this item? Seeing none. Close the public discussion. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Very good. Close the public hearing. Call for any questions or comments from the board, from the commission.
I would just look in here to see when you come off the roundabout, how you get around to go through the drive-through. But you're actually coming, okay, back around. It's the only, we were talking earlier, we were talking about just how congested that roundabout kind of already is. But it looks like you're gonna be curving around and won't be stopping right there.
It looks like interior access is
Yep.
from the parking lot.
Yep. Which I think is
Enough
better.
space for both
Yeah.
directions as well. outside
Yeah.
of
Yep.
Anything else, or is there a motion on these items?
I'll make a motion to approve docket PC 21-043 CP concept plan Coors Restaurant and docket PC 21-044 DP development plan Coors Restaurant.
I'll second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you.
Welcome to Whitestown. We're glad to have you. Many people are glad to have you.
Moving on then to items C and D, docket PC 21-045, concept plan and development plan. Hoosier to go gas station. Is the petitioner ready?
My name is Rusty Spires, and I reside at 275 Medical Drive, Carmel, Indiana, and I represent the Hoosier To Go convenience store. I've been very busy with two projects at the same time, so this is going to be in Bridal Oaks. It's part of phase one, and we spend a lot of time with staff, with the county and the town, and it's going to be a full service convenience store, fuel service, and 24 hours. They maintain a nice looking store. I've seen some that have already been built. It's going to be an attractive service for the community. We'd like your approval, please.
Thank you. Staff report, please.
Staff is providing a favorable recommendation for Hoosier to Go gas station concept plan, docket PC 21-045 CP. Staff is providing a favorable recommendation for the Hoosier to Go gas station development plan, docket PC 21-046 DP. The applicant is proposing to develop a gas station and convenience store on approximately 2.64 acres. Staff recommendation to Plan Commission finds the development plan complies with the following requirements in accordance with UDO section 11.7E and approval to be granted upon. 1, the proposed development plan is in compliance with the applicable development and design standards of the zoning district where the real estate is located. 2, the proposed development plan manages traffic in a manner that promotes health, safety, convenience, and harmonious development of the community. And 3, the applicable utilities have enough capacity to provide portable water, sanitary sewer facilities, electricity, telephone, natural gas, and cable service to meet the needs to the proposed development. If Plan Commission makes a motion to approve docket PC 21-046 DP, staff recommends making the approval contingent upon the eastern road being constructed before building permits are approved.
Thank you. Seeing Mr. Spears on here, as well as one other member of the public to speak. Mr. Arthur?
Good evening, Plan Commission. Craig Arthur, 6671 Keepsake Drive, Whitestown, Indiana. Yeah, just a couple of comments. I'm kind of curious on the buffering that's going to be happening, the landscape buffering that's going to be happening, and on which sides. I know that the drawing wasn't the clearest, at least when I was looking on the electronic version. So that's the first one, and then the second would be to ask to see if the developer would be willing to make a consideration on a contingency on the reminisce of the property if the business were to be to fail and be abandoned for over 12 months. If the developer would be willing to reminisce and essentially convert the property back to undeveloped land. As y'all may remember, for many, many years on the Zionsville side of Whitestown, we had that gas station for quite some time, and converting gas stations to anything else other than a gas station or a tire shop can be difficult. But definitely not a remonstrator against a gas station, but I think it's just something to be made. And then I couldn't find it in the PUD and I forgot, so this is the third item, was if we had downlit LED lighting in the PUD. I know for Anson PUD we did, but then I think we updated it in the UDO, but I didn't know if for this specific PUD if that was there. So those are the three comments that I have. Thanks.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak on this item? Sir, do you have any further remarks, or would you like to answer any of those, respond to any of those comments?
What's the best way to work through that?
We're also happy to ask you during the discussion portion if you'd like.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have anything further you'd like to say at this point, though? All right, thank you. Then we'll close the public hearing. Are there any questions or comments from the commission?
Matt, if you would like, I can address some of the comments that were stated.
Thank you.
As far as the sides of the landscaping, they are providing landscape on north and south, east and west sides of the property. They are meeting the requirements that are in the PUD for this. Another thing that Mr. Arthur brought up was the lighting. I believe it is stated in the PUD. If it is not, it would revert back to our UDO, what our standards are for our lighting, which does require all lighting to be lit downlit.
Thank you. Any other questions? Comments?
Well, I think I understand where Craig is coming from as far as having a big empty gas station for quite a while. And it's probably a difficult question to answer, but if it were to go defunct, what can we do to keep a big empty gas station from sitting there? Do you have any response to that? First time being asked that question?
Yes, and I'm a civil engineer, so the management of it and the development decisions aren't so much mine. But if it goes defunct, and you're concerned that, I know it would be a concern any building goes defunct, especially a gas station. What was the last part of your comment or question?
His question was, could it go back after a year or so of being empty if you can't? Because it's hard to find another use for a gas station beyond being a gas station. So if it were to sit empty for a year, is there a way that it can just become open land again, more or less, is what you were asking? Is that correct?
The question was, would the petitioner commit to reverting it and the associated costs with removing tanks, et cetera?
He would probably sell it. I think you have to remove the tanks when you sell it. It's not going to be a gas station. But you mean just to clear it out and move all the pavement, demolish it?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, and that's. I mean, that seems kind of unusual to have that as a requirement, and I can see that might have had problems with failed gas stations before. I'd be doubtful this location would fail because you have a lot of development going in up there, and it's going to be using this convenience store. So for me to speak for the developer and say that if it failed, he would demolish it and remove all the hard surface, I just can't commit to that for him.
Thank you.
I'll refer to our town attorney. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
We can't hear.
Oh,
we can't
hear you yet.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. We can hear you.
Can't hear us.
Okay. So I think what we would typically see in a situation like this, if we're talking about, we see it a lot in large economic development projects particularly in this day and age on renewable projects, we'll see the parties present a bond that basically says, if this project is no longer being used for X purpose, then they will return the land to fundable condition, and if they can't, then there's a bond to kind of produce for that purpose. On an individual development, it's not something that I'm familiar with having happened in Whitestown before, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you couldn't put a condition like that. I was just looking at the statute. The statute does contemplate bond or written assurances. But we can require bonds or written assurances as part of our approval process if that's something that we want to do.
Thank you.
I guess here's. So then it would be up to us to decide if that's a condition we wish to place upon it and what that might mean for development. This is heavily anticipated, even heavier traveled road, especially as it moves into town. I tend to agree with the petitioner that this would be, I don't be hard to see that this one would not be successful. Is there any further question, comment, discussion, or is there a motion on this one?
Just a quick question on the roads. I know the condition is that the eastern road is developed. When is that northern road?
So with this development plan, they submitted that northern east-west road as part of their development plan, and there was a note for this little north-south connector road down there for White as future by others. And I felt that this needed to be part of it just to help the traffic flow in this area, so that's why I recommended that we put that commitment on that north-south road be included for this to be developed.
Correct. But when's the east-west?
This is part of the development plan for the gas station, so they will construct that east-west road.
Okay. I'm sorry, I read it as only the north-south.
Yeah, look,
You're
you're right. That's the north-south.
Okay. All right. All right.
This was the original.
I think it's going to be a busy gas station. Yep.
Anything else? Call for a motion on this.
I make a motion to approve docket PC 21-045-CP concept plan for Hoosier to Go gas station and docket PC 21-046-DP development plan for Hoosier to Go gas station.
Second.
Do we have to say the contingency?
Oh, I'm sorry. With the condition that
I think we have a motion in a second, so we need to withdraw, I believe.
Oh, okay. And redo it?
I think so.
Okay. I make a motion to approve docket PC 21-045-CP concept plan and docket PC 21-046-DP development plan for the Hoosier to Go gas station, with the understanding that it's contingent upon the eastern road being constructed before building permits are approved.
Second. All right, so there's a new motion and second. Is there any further discussion? All All in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Next to docket PC 21-050 DP, Development Plan for Poplar Pediatric Dentistry. Is the petitioner ready?
Hello, my name is Jonathan Posick, civil engineer with Civil Environmental Consultants, 530 East Ohio Street, Suite G, Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm here tonight on behalf of Poplar Pediatric Dentistry and the Architect Progress Studio, proposing approximately 7,200 square foot dentist office with associated drives, parking, landscaping, utility, and stormwater infrastructure on a approximate 5.4 acre lot, which is zoned as LB, local business. This project was approved for concept plan back at the last meeting in November, but I am here and the owner and architect are on the Zoom call as well and are available for any questions.
Thank you. Staff report.
Staff is providing a favorable recommendation for the Poplar Pediatric Dentistry Development Plan, docket PC 21-050-DP. The applicant is proposing to develop a dentist office and associated parking on approximately 5.47 acres. Staff's recommendation to the Plan Commission finds development plan and complies with the following requirements in accordance with UDO Section 11.7E, and approval to be granted upon: 1, the proposed development plan is in compliance with applicable development and design standards of the zoning district where the real estate is located. 2, the proposed development plan manages traffic in a manner that promotes health, safety, convenience, and the harmonious development of the community. And 3, the applicable utilities have enough capacity to provide potable water, sanitary sewer facilities, electricity, telephone, natural gas, and cable service to meet the needs of the proposed development.
Thank you. Mr. Arthur, I see you signed up here again. Would you like to come forward? Thank you.
Mr. President, Craig Arthur, 6671 Keepsake Drive, Whitestown, Indiana. Yeah, I'd just like to say that I'm in favor for this proposal. I think that the petitioner as well as the planning staff have done an excellent job on planning for this property. I think it looks beautiful. I'm personally not concerned from a traffic perspective. I know that there's consideration in the future for a roundabout at that intersection just south of it, but I think overall it's a fantastic looking property for a local business, and I'd like to see more of that in Whitestown. So I appreciate your consideration and the approval of this docket item. Thanks.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak on this item? Yes. Thank you.
Hello, Joseph Lisi. I'm the architect on the project with Progress Studio. Our office is located at 1103 East 10th Street in Indianapolis. And I believe there was one comment that was lingering related to our portion of the docket for the Knox box location. And we have indicated that on the inside of the main entrance, there's a recessed entrance, and that's where we've indicated that to be. But if there's any other questions or comments, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm aware of that. Any other comments? Request to speak? Thank you. Fisher, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
No further comment.
Thank you. Close the public hearing. Offer questions and comments from members of the Plan Commission. I do have some questions just of traffic and utilities. Just in thinking about that roundabout, and otherwise, you just speak to that and how you feel like it manages for those items.
We've been working with petitioner on this. As you know, in October, we released our consultant to do design on this. So we have been moving along very quickly to try to get this right-of-way outlined, just so we make sure that their development plan will work in with our transportation needs. And as you can see, they've overlaid it, and we've worked in the right-of-way that we need and with their development plan. And I will say that the right-of-way is more than what would traditionally be required because of those busy corner, the roundabout, and then some of the geographical restrictions such as the graveyard and retention ponds and floodplain that constrain the site.
Thank you. Anything else?
What's a Knox box? Is that what he said?
The box where the key is for the fire department, right?
Oh,
Is that in the
Oh.
location that's acceptable for the fire department?
okay. Thank you. No, I just want to say again, like I think we said during the last meeting, that this proposal compared to what it was over a year ago is excellent. And I think it'll look nice there and it's much better. And I'm glad we kind of waited to get to this. So
And is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve docket PC 21-050-DP Development Plan, Popular Pediatric Dentistry.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? All in favor indicate with aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Also welcome. Next, docket PC 21-052DP, development plan for the shops at Anson Outlaw 3.
Good evening, Chad James, HWC Engineering, 135 North Pennsylvania Street, Indianapolis, Indiana. Coming for development approval for Whitestown Outlaw 3. Project is located at 6208 Mills Drive, Whitestown, Indiana, just east of Harmony Steakhouse. Project includes a 5,000 square foot building that contains 3 tenants on 0.93 acres. All utilities that service the building and site are adjacent to the property. Proposed development conforms to the Anson PUD requirements, and I'm happy to answer any questions you guys might have.
Thank you. Staff report?
Staff is providing a favorable recommendation for the shops at Whitestown Outlaw 3 Development Plan, docket PC 21-052-DP. The applicant is proposing to develop a retail and restaurant use with a drive-through and associated parking on approximately 0.93 acres. Staff's recommendation to the Plan Commission finds the development plan complies with the following requirements in accordance with UDO Section 11.7E, and approval to be granted upon: 1, the proposed development plan is in compliance with all applicable development and design standards of the zoning district where the real estate is located. 2, the proposed development plan manages traffic in a manner that promotes health, safety, convenience, and the harmonious development of the community. 3, the applicable utilities have enough capacity to provide potable water, sanitary sewer facilities, electricity, telephone, natural gas, and cable services to meet the needs to the proposed development.
Thank you. I have one indicated here, Jeffrey Poole, although I see you on these other items as well. You here to speak on this item? Understood. Thank you. Is there anyone else to speak on this item? All right. Any closing remarks? Okay. Thank you. Close the public hearing. Are there questions or comments from members of the Plan Commission? I guess I have one question again for town folks, and it is about that traffic management. I notice there's one less northern access point here, so it looks like that traffic pattern is a little tighter on this one. Is there any concern about that? I do see the transitions into the other adjoining lots. Just wondering if there's anything there that's of concern.
I think just with the adjoining lot access provide plenty of motion, and it'll generally funnel out on the that rear frontage road that goes through the real development.
I'm sorry, I believe I also missed that western road access as well. I do see that. Thank you. Any other questions comments or discussion? Is there a motion on this item?
I'll make a motion to approve docket PC 21-052 DP development plan of shops at Anson Outlaw 3.
Second.
Motion and second, any further discussion? All in favor, indicate with aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Outlaw 4, docket PC 21-054 DP development plan.
Good evening. Outlaw 4, one outlot to the east of Outlaw 3, located at 6244 Mills Drive. Project includes a 7,400 square foot building that will contain 3 tenants on 0.93 acres. All utilities that will service the building and site are adjacent to the property. The proposed development conforms to the Anson PUD requirements, and I'm happy to answer any questions you guys might have.
Thank you. Anyone to speak on this item? Any further comments? Oh, I didn't ask for the staff report. Sorry. Staff report.
Staff is providing favorable recommendation for the shops at Whitestown Outlaw 4 Development Plan, docket PC 21-054-DP. The applicant is proposing to develop a retail restaurant use with drive-through and associated parking on approximately 0.93 acres. Staff's recommendation to Plan Commission finds the development plan complies with the following requirements in accordance with UDO Section 11.7E, and approval be granted upon. 1. The proposed development is in compliance with applicable development and design standards of the zoning district where the real estate is located. 2. The proposed development plan manages traffic in a manner that promotes health, safety, convenience, and the harmonious development of the community. 3. The applicable utilities have enough capacity to provide potable water, sanitary sewer facilities, electricity, telephone, natural gas, and the cable service to meet the needs of the proposed development.
Now, any public discussion? Any further comments? Close the public hearing. Open to the commission. Curious, and if you can't say, or if there aren't any, are there any potential tenants for any of these buildings at this point? Any discussion or a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve docket PC 21-054-DP development plan shops at Whitestown Outlet. Shops at Anson Outlet Lot 4.
I'll second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? In favor indicate with aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. And to docket PC 21056 CP and DP, concept and development plan for Outlaw 6.
Chad James, HWC Engineering, 135 North Pennsylvania Street, Indianapolis, Indiana. Whitestown Outlaw 6, located at 6338 Mills Drive, Whitestown, Indiana, just west of Denny's. The project includes a 6,000 square foot building that will contain 3 tenants on 0.7 acres. All utilities that service the building and site are adjacent to the property. The proposed development conforms to the Anson PUD requirements, and I am happy to answer any questions you guys might have regarding this development.
Thank you. Staff report.
Staff is recommending favorable for shops at, or for staff, excuse me, staff is giving a favorable recommendation for staff report PC 21-056-CP shops at Whitestown Outlot 6. Staff is also providing a favorable recommendation for the shops at Whitestown Outlot 6 development plan docket PC 21-057-DP. The applicant is proposing to develop a retail use with associated parking on approximately 0.70 acres. The proposed development plan is in compliance with the Anson Plan Unit Development and applicable UDO chapters. Staff's recommendation to the Plan Commission finds the development plan complies with the following requirements in accordance with UDO Section 11.7E, and approval to be granted upon. 1. The proposed development plan is in compliance with all applicable development and design standards of the zoning district where the real estate is located. 2, the proposed development plan manages traffic in a manner that promotes health, safety, convenience, and the harmonious development of the community. And 3, the applicable utilities have enough capacity to provide potable water, sanitary sewer facilities, electricity, telephone, natural gas, and cable service to meet the needs of the proposed development.
Thank you. Anyone to speak on this item? Any further remarks? Thank you. Public hearing, any questions or comments from the commission? I notice there's not a restaurant window here, not a drive-through. I also notice, again, significantly less drive space. Same question about can the road entry, etc., handle it all? You feel okay about that?
I feel comfortable with the access and just given the size of this and the access roads in the rear, not on Perrywood Road. I feel comfortable with it.
It does make sense to me that it doesn't outlet or drive to the west. That makes a lot of sense.
Have we noticed an uptick in accidents in that area, that retail area, you know, around the round? I mean, because let's face it, that area does feel a little congested. I mean, when you're driving through it, I drive all the time.
I have not received any feedback or any complaints about traffic accidents or anything along Perrywood Road on this stretch. I mean, it definitely is a lot more traffic than there was several years ago. But I think with the roundabout 4-lane road that's there, that it's adequate to handle the traffic volumes that it receives.
Mm-hmm.
We have been receiving some tractor trailers driving through the roundabout, which we do plan on making a nice drive apron this year when weather permits to help address that.
Yes, I have seen that. And that's helpful to know it's being noticed and addressed. So thank you for that. I mean, ultimately, when this years and years ago, when the concept of Anson was there, this is what was designed for it. It feels like a lot of brick and mortar, but it is what the zoning is and what the design for the area was.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve docket PC 21-056-CP concept plan shops at Whitestown Outlaw 6 and docket PC 21-056-CP development plan shops at Whitestown Outlaw 6.
Second.
Motion second. All in favor, please signify with aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. No other business. I believe we have an announcement to make.
Mr. President, we do have, can you hear me okay this time?
Yes.
Okay, we do have one item of additional business that we need to tend to, which is just an acknowledgement that prior to this meeting, we noticed and held an executive session. The only matters discussed at that executive session were pending or threatened litigation.
Indeed.
Just for the minutes.
Very good. Thank you. Anything else?
I will notice, I'm sure, or will note that I'm sure most of you noticed that our development plan staff reports are just a little bit longer at the end, so you can expect to see that from all of our development plans from now on. This is something staff is doing, as well as we have listened in the UDO, just reassuring that they are in compliance with those 3 topics listed.
Thank you for that. A motion to adjourn?
So move.
All in favor of adjournment? Aye.
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 And so we are. Have a good night.
Happy New Year. See you guys next year.